Yo, what's up, my people? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's going on with y'all? Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome. Of course, y'all know it's Friday, March 22nd, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him all things is possible. This No Duck Zone episode is sponsored by Matchbout. Follow Matchbout Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Matchbout, the best sponsorship in the land. Oh man. So y'all know me already. Y'all know it's on my grind. I'm always bringing y'all the baddest. Um, and I got a young man that I'm gonna get in here. I gotta remind him. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. Yeah. So anyway, I got a special guest today. You know what I mean? My man Ethan, getting ready to come through here and bless us. I just talked to him now just to be sure we was good. So we gonna have him on here. Y'all know me. I always bring some of the dopest amateurs from around. I told y'all I'm on my tour right now. I'm on my tour right now. New York, Connecticut, Jersey, Philly, DC, Maryland, Ohio, Texas. I'm all over right now, man. So what we're gonna do is we gotta give it a little minute for my boy to get in. And hopefully he won't have an issue getting in. If he has his YouTube set up account, he'll be all right. So we're gonna wait for him. Until then, we're gonna do the introduction. Newcomers, my regulars, everybody, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. All right, y'all. So y'all just give him a second, and then we're gonna get this ball rolling. So let me say what's up. Maurice Smith. Salute, salute, salute. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Josh Sanders, my brother. Jeff Spark, what's up? What's going on with y'all? What's going on with y'all? So here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Let's get it, baby.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. My man's in them is here. What's going on, champ?
So children, just came back from sparring yesterday.
All right. Well, introduce for the people who don't know, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
Ethan Badlandzz, I'm from North Philly. I'm Puerto Rican, and I'm one of the best.
Yeah, you're a funny guy, Ethan. He said, and I'm Puerto Rican and I'm one of the best. First of all, I have been watching you for a while, so I just wanted to let you know this is actually an honor and pleasure to have you on here, brother, because I didn't even realize we were Facebook friends. And what made me notice that is when I went to find a picture to post to you, I said, yo, let me see if this dude got a Facebook. Not realizing we were Facebook friends already. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So that's how I ended up getting your picture and using it for the thumbnail. I said, yo, me and dude is we already friends on Facebook. All right. So this is gonna be perfect. But I've been following you for a while, and it's dope though. I think what you do in that ring is amazing, man. It's amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
Definitely
it.
amazing. So let's get into it. My questions are always simple, and I never like to ask anything too difficult. Take me back to how you got involved in boxing.
So I've been boxing for like my since I was a kid. You know, my whole entire life I was boxing. I used to get picked on because I have like a bad speech impediment and like a stutter. So I used to get picked on because of the way how I talk. And I was while watching Danny Swift Garcia, and my dad and his dad had like a background with like each other. So that's how I
Wow,
started. So yeah.
wow, that's deep. Um, was it difficult growing up in North Philly? Because Philly gives it up. So how was it
Yeah,
coming up in Philly?
it wasn't easy,
We was homeless.
Yeah, yeah, but he said at like one point we was homeless. We didn't have nothing to eat and stuff like that. My parents got divorced and all that stuff, so it was really hard. But at the end, we gonna make it through.
Did was going through all that? Did boxing help you to stay focused? Did it help you to clear your mind from all that?
Yeah. If anything, it got me better at boxing because like all that hurt and like all that pain I put in inside the gym. Everything I put it all inside my training and my craft, and that's how I got better.
Yeah,
Being on dope and everything.
I mean that definitely plays a role. This is why they say boxing saves lives, because in all reality, boxing really does save lives, man, and it gives you a chance to save other
Yeah,
people's lives or even change their lives, man. So yeah, boxing. I always say I owe boxing. I don't want to say I would say my life, because it changed me in so many different ways, and it opened the doors for me to meet and be around so many different people I never thought I'd be around and meet. So yeah.
yeah.
So how many fights have you have had?
15.
15.
Yeah,
Oh, so
bouncing
you still
15.
you still fresh in the game, huh?
Yeah, I'm still fresh. I'm still young. I'm 15 years old with 15 fights. My record is 13-2 or 12-3. I forgot. So something like that. But yeah,
And
I
you
won
just
one
fought you
national.
just fought recently, right?
Yeah. I just fought easily in the Olympic trials.
And how was that?
It was good. It was a great experience. That was my second tournament. I ain't make it through though. I lost the second kid in the country by 1 point. But yeah, it's cool. But that got me better. I feel like because like that gave me like my drive and stuff like that. So at the end, I got better because of that loss.
Time you got away from your jab.
Quiet, bro.
Yeah. What did he say?
We said I got away from my jab.
You gotta wait for your jab. What's your
Yeah,
what's your what's your what's your jab like? Your jab good?
I got a great jab. It's just that I got
You gotta use it.
yeah. I got
Who?
like a really good jab.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I just saw your fight recently, and I'm not gonna lie to you. You got a disrespectful jab, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you. Your jab is crazy. I can't say because I have to watch you again. I can't say who
yeah,
you remind me of. But you remind me of somebody in professional boxing. I can't think of who it is, but I know it's somebody. I have to go and look at it. But just your style is mean. You real aggressive. You like to bring it.
yeah. So I could do all styles. I could switch. I fight southpaw, righty. I could fight in the pocket, outside. I could outbox. I could counter. I could box left and right, back and forward. I do all things. That's just
I noticed too in the fight that you like to apply pressure,
Yeah. So I like to
but
put a
that
lot
makes
of
but
pressure
that
too.
makes the opponent. I see that it makes the opponent kind of uncomfortable when you apply pressure. It's like they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. Like I try to do like smart pressure. Like I'm just
Yeah,
like go like in there, just trying to like bang out. Like I like to think and like put pressure too.
yeah, and also you like to. I see what you do is you like to throw a lot of fighters off their game plan. So whatever game plan they might have for you or they think they have for you, when they get in there and they see actually what it's like with you, it's something different.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
like
different.
yeah, like that's true. Like I always study. Like I study pro boxers, amateurs. I study everybody. So like once I fight somebody and I kind of know like their style, then I could counter that off of what I have seen.
yeah. And I think that's amazing. So talk to me about your like I said, the your very last fight, I believe too, was, if I'm not mistaken, that was last Saturday.
Last Saturday, but my next fight.
The last fight, was it last Saturday? If I'm not
No, no, no,
mistaken.
no. No, my last fight, the last fight that I fought in was it was in the Olympic trials. It was in Tennessee. That was my last fight.
Okay, I thought you had one recently. That's why. Okay, all right.
Now I'm
I
going to
thought
fight
it.
recently. I'm
I
going for
thought it was
recently.
another one. Okay. So when you're training, how's your training going, man? What's the best part of being in a What's the best part of being in the gym besides just the
The best
sparring?
part about being in the gym, I love sparring, but besides sparring, we're working out, getting in like my body in like the best shape it could be, like feeling like good about myself, like that, like that's the
Yeah.
best part by far.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people when I talk to them and I ask them what's the best part of being in the gym, and they go the sparring, and I go, okay, what else? And they go, no, it's just the sparring. Do you
Yeah,
think as a fighter sparring is good, but do you think too much? Is there such thing as too much sparring?
my
Do you ever
opinion,
agree with that?
it kind of depends who you sparring. Like too much hard sparring, yeah. Too much light sparring, it could be bad for you. But it really depends how like you got like even things out. You can't do too much. You can't do too like you gotta do like the just the right amount.
Because you know guys who they want to get some work in and they want to move around versus those guys who's just looking to catch a body. And it's like, yo, you want to come in here every day sparring, and but you're not really trying to spar. You're really trying to hurt somebody. Like,
Yeah,
have you ever had that where somebody wanted to move around with you, but sometimes you just they do too much. You like, I don't want to move around with this guy because this guy's going to try to hurt me. And have you ever seen that in the gym where you just see that one guy
of
walk in the
course.
gym and he's doing too much?
Of course, of course. It's like always like I like that one guy, who like like you gonna be like trying to like help him out, like try like sharpen him up, but then like he just be like doing too much, like just holding you,
Yeah.
grabbing you, low blowing, dirty stuff. It's always like that type of guy, and it's sad, but that's the game,
So so and I know a lot of fighters like to do this. When you're in the gym, do you find yourself not only being a fighter in the gym, but you might find yourself coaching other
Yeah,
fighters, like what
yeah.
to do?
Yeah, me, I love kids, so I be coaching kids, older people, but like mostly kids, like because like they're like the future and stuff like that. So I coach a
Yeah,
lot of kids and stuff. So yeah, I love
yeah,
to coach.
yeah. I mean, when I see that, I think it's amazing because a lot of times, as a fighter, you could just be worrying about yourself, and you like, man, I'm not trying to be no coach. I don't have time to be doing all that. I don't need no kids in my face. I just want to work, do my hours, and I want to get out of here. But then it's always amazing that you can teach kids, what you know, and that's something that kids will never forget because they
Yeah,
always remember that. Hey, I remember Ethan helped me when I was 8 years old, and he was older than me. That's a
it's like
beautiful that's a beautiful thing.
yeah, it is. And people are like, they be coaches, fighters, like they don't like like they keep everything like to like themselves, like they don't like try to like teach other kids, people, try to help other people, and they just keep like their own stuff like to themselves. It's kind of messed up a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Well, I was talking about that earlier today on Instagram that a lot of coaches want to take the credit for everything, and they don't. They just don't want to see their fighter getting helped by anybody else, or they don't want no help. So it's just, I think that's something that's always been around, and it's never going to change. And that's how all coaches are always going to be. But
Yeah,
have you got to fight in any belt shows?
belt shows. So I won the national Golden Gloves. I got my second belt off of that, and I got my other belt. It was, I think it was in Virginia or something. No, 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 no. I got it at at the Rock. Yeah, I got my first belt at the Rock, Johnny and them, and I got my second belt at the Nationals in Florida. So yeah,
So you got two belts.
I got two belts here.
Um, You'll be you'll be will you be going for a third? Will you be going for a third one anytime soon?
Yeah. What's it called? JJOs. You know, the JJOs are
Okay.
coming up, and I'm training hard. I'm gonna compete in that, and that's like a few months away. It's in June, and you know I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna show out. You know,
Where's it gonna be at?
it's in Kansas.
Oh
Kansas.
God.
Yeah. So we
Ethan,
got
you really gonna
travel all the way out there.
Ethan, you really gonna make me travel? You gonna make me travel,
Make you
Ethan? Really?
travel? My fault. But I gotta spread my roots. You know.
Ethan, yo, you killing me, Ethan. You can't give me something in New York or Connecticut. You gonna make me go to Kansas?
But now, I got a
Man.
fight up next month too. It's in Philly.
Is that the April 21st?
Yep. I think it's April 27th. I think it
Oh
is.
no,
April
that's right.
27th.
You said you're fighting the 27th. I was going to
Yeah.
Philly the 21st. I was going the 21st, so I might have to hold that and
Okay.
probably pop up the 27th to see you fight, because once you go to Kansas, I'm not gonna be able to get to no Kansas. Kansas is
I know.
man.
It's far. It's
I'm
far.
yeah. But how do you like when it comes to traveling, and there's probably places that you might have never been to when you first started traveling outside of Philly? What was the vibes like? How did you feel? Did you
It was
were you ever nervous?
it was different, you know. Like I was nervous at first, you know, because I never been on a plane before until I went to Florida, and what's it called? It was nerve-wracking. I was nervous, but I came through it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
did the constant traveling help you build your confidence where you was just like, you know what, I
yeah,
could do this?
like it helped me to like build up my confidence, and but not just that. Like when I go out there and like travel, I see like different styles and different works, you know. So it's really good. Like I
But
like to
when
go
you're
out.
traveling, besides probably being with the other fighters, if you are with them, who's in your circle when you're traveling? Your coach, your dad,
My
like who's
dad,
traveling with you?
well, my dad, my OC, just me and my dad, you know. Me and my dad just go out there. That's all. It's just my dad and I.
Oh, that's good, because I know the traveling sometimes, if you're not used to it, it can start bothering you, and it's like, you know what, I gotta travel because even when I turn pro, I gotta do this. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I might fight in different countries. There's different places I gotta go. Have you got to fight you haven't got to go to different countries. You're not there yet, right? You haven't got to go
Nah.
to different countries yet.
Well,
Yeah,
right
see.
now I'm trying to join the what you call it? Yeah, I'm trying to join the Puerto Rico Olympic team. I'm trying to do that.
Puerto Rico
So
Olympic team?
yeah, I just saw Arthur like FD Guns and stuff like that, and he's gonna try to hook me up. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
shout
proud.
out to Lefty Games too. Shout out to Lefty, man.
Shout out to Lefty Guns. You know.
Yeah, Lefty's a good dude. Shout out to Lefty, man. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I was sparring him yesterday.
that would be dope. Because even me, even though I do this, I'm working on trying to put some shows on myself. It's been taking a while because of me, because there's a lot of things I didn't do. I needed to get my USA book. There was a lot of things I needed to do that I messed up on, but I'm trying to get some shows going.
Yeah.
I don't know when. I just have to wait till I can do it. But when I do it, of course, the shows will be here in New York. So, respectfully, I gotta have you pull up to be in the shows.
Yeah, I'm sliding through, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just sliding
nah.
through.
Listen, I need you and half of Philly to come here. You know
I
what I'm
got you. I
saying?
got
I
you. I
need this.
got
I ain't gonna lie to you. Your pops is not around, is he?
you. Oh no, he right here.
Oh, so respectfully, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I've been thinking about this for like 2 years now. But we gonna need one of those New York versus Philly shows.
Oh, listen. We got that, bro. We got
Cause
that.
y'all got I ain't gonna hold y'all. We kind of jealous of y'all over there because y'all got some killers over there.
Yo, Salim Bey, Tashad Thomas, Joshua Vavans, me, Pocket Rocket, who else? Ani Rivera. Yeah, like we got
Hey,
some
What's
big
up,
I
my
names.
did
man?
my
How
I
you
did
doing?
my I did my homework on the what's going on, champ? I did my homework on Philly fighters. Y'all have some savages out there. Like you
Yeah,
got people who come to fight. So we gotta
yeah.
do this show. We gotta do it, but I definitely got to have you out here to do that though.
All you gotta do is
But I'm
just send the weight classes, and
oh yeah,
we'll get you the
we
fighters.
definitely
'Cause,
gonna do that.
yeah, we know
We
a
def
lot of fighters, man.
yeah, we definitely gonna do that. I'm glad you're sitting here, Pops. Let me ask you,
What's up?
well, how do you feel when you're watching your son perform in the ring? Do you ever get any worries? You ever get any nervous? Like what are your feelings when you're watching him fight?
Well, boxing. You know what I'm saying it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? This something you can't play with. You know what I mean? Because you could get hurt in this game, and
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's part of when you're a fighter. You know what I'm saying, and is in your blood. That's you gotta understand that you got to have a certain mentality to be in there. Now, I encourage every kid to box because it builds encouragement. You know what I'm saying? It builds a skill set. It
yeah,
makes them work hard, and it builds confidence. You know what I'm saying? So it did that with my son, and everybody in our family always box. So we come from a boxing family.
Yeah.
And
okay.
so that's just always he grew up in the gym. So and the thing is, it was like in and out. And then finally, when he got picked on in school one day, you know what I'm saying? That's when he started taking it serious. You know what I'm saying? So that's when he really started wanting to go every day, and because you can't push boxing on a kid. You know what I'm saying? They got to kind of
No,
gravitate to it. You
but
could teach them,
so
but you can't overwork them. You know what I'm saying? And you're only gonna get as much as you put in as far as work goes.
so at this time when he's getting picked on, how young are we talking about? What's his age?
I
Man,
was
I think he was like 7.
I
He
was
was like
seven,
7, yeah.
8.
He was like 7. So he's been in the gym since he was a baby, but it was like in and out, in and out, in and out, not taking it serious. He played around a lot.
I was a kid,
You know what I'm saying? He played around a lot in the gym. So he never like really took it serious. And then like when he started going to school and he started getting picked on and they started making fun of how he speech because he had a speech. He he stutters a little bit. He always stuttered since he was
Yeah,
little. And I think that's because of his he's real inside. He's hyperactive. He's got a lot of energy.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I was a hyperactive kid. The only thing is like I used, instead of stuttering, I used to break a lot of shit. You know what I mean? I was always jumping, running. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. My little one. I got a 4-year-old now, and he's the same way as me. Like he can't stay still for shit.
Yeah, yeah. So so at this time when you wanted to get him in, um, like what was the conversation like with you and him? Did he come to you and tell you, "Hey, Dad, I want to do this," or
Yeah.
was it
Yeah, he
something
came
that
to
you
me.
just
He,
came
yeah,
to
he
you?
came to
Okay.
me. Yeah, my wife, she came.
She was
He
my
came.
first coach.
He came to my wife, and my wife was like, "Well, the next time he pick on you, you know what you're gonna do? Do what Daddy taught you,
Punch him on the
and punch
nose.
him right in the nose." And because
Oh
I always
Lord.
work for him with the hands. You know what I'm saying? Like I always showed him his 1-2s. I've always, even like my little kid, the little boy now that I got, my son, the baby, his name's Aiden, and I'm always with the pads, always
Yeah.
playing with a ball with him. So, early development of boxing, I started with just a lot of, balls like handball, catch, you know what I'm saying? And that helped develop his hand-eye coordination since he was little. That's why he got good timing in the ring.
So I'm
So
gonna
that's
ask
where
you
that
two
timing
questions.
comes from.
I'm gonna ask both of y'all two questions, but I'm gonna start with you, Pops. I'm gonna start with you first. When did you know that he was really gonna be good at this?
Mm.
You know what's funny, man? You kind of have to take it as it goes and not
Hmm.
rush the process because a
Yeah.
great coach, like we've been around a lot of great coaches, man, and that's why he's learned from some of the you know what I'm saying, like he came up watching Danny Garcia, Boots. He
Yes.
loved like
One of my
Boots is
I
his
favorites.
love
favorite
Boots.
fighter. Like he been watching
Yeah.
Boots since he was little. So like, and he's always at like when they were in Harrogate, We was in the first time we went to the gym. Like when I was taking him to the gym where he's actually started hitting bags and everything, he was like 4 or 5 years old. He was like 4 or 5 years old, and Boots and Bozy used to be in the upstairs second floor on Harrogate, and that was like I think Boots was like maybe like I don't know, he was young, man. He must have been like 13, 12 or something like that. And I remember seeing Boots fight, man, and hearing about him, and like my son just gravitated to to watching them work and put in the hard work, and I'm blessed to say that one of his pupils, which his name is Sean Lewis, he's one of my son's coaches too. And also Ed Dennis. It's not just all me. I got Ed Dennis, which his name's Ajax, and he's used to be Bernard Hopkins' sparring partner. And he's a Sloan Harrison fighter, you know what I'm saying? So he got more like a tight style, like, you know what I'm saying, keeping everything short, punching in a lot of combinations. And Sean Lewis, he's more got good defense, angles, a good jab,
pick you apart type of style. Like
it's just too. And the thing is that there's chemistry in the corner, so everybody work together, and he just soaks up that that information. Mr. Robinson, Mr. Robinson is like Ivan Robinson's father.
Oh yeah. Shouts to Ivan. That dude get on my nerves. That's my brother, and I love him. But he's annoying, but he's my brother. He know I love him. But every chance I get, I gotta go back and forth with Ivan. But Ivan's my brother. He's a good. He's a good guy. But
so we learned from
Ethan, I want to ask,
man. And
I
gotta shout out Billy Briscoe too, man.
Yeah, shout out to Billy Briscoe.
Billy Briscoe, he used to be.
I heard about him.
Gabe Rosario as a coach and whatever, but he was he's also been an influence in us, and we just learn from everybody, man. We just students of the games, man. That's it.
So Ethan, I'm gonna ask you this almost the same thing that I asked Pops.
Yeah.
When did you know personally? When did you know, hey, I could do this?
When I won the national Golden Gloves. When I won the national Golden Gloves, I had to cut weight. When I cut that weight, and when I beat the kid inside the finals twice, I dropped him twice. That's when I knew that I could go big.
I'm gonna tell you why I asked the both of y'all that question. It's because we have a lot of guys that's walking around here today in these gyms, and they talking about they undefeated in sparring, and I'm like, when it's time to have a real fight, it's like, wait a minute, you're not keeping that same energy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's a difference between sparring and actually getting in there. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're sparring, you're not really trying to hurt anybody, well, unless they don't come from your gym. But if it's your stablemate, you're trying to take it easy on them. So that's why I asked that question. When did you know you can do it? Because like I said, a lot of these guys are taking what they doing in sparring, and then when they get into a real fight, it's like, where's the guy that was in the sparring? Where's this guy that claims that he's this big bad wolf and he's undefeated in sparring? I mean, I know when y'all in the gym, y'all see this all the time.
But you got to understand that is like I said, it's a marathon, so you never really know until you know what I'm saying. You be.
Uh-oh.
I'm still a process, and you gotta first of all, you gotta know in your heart that this is what you want to do, and this has been his dream. So he's chasing a dream, right? And through prayer, hard work, and faith, he's walking towards that goal. You know what I'm saying? So as far as a father being worried if he gonna get hurt in the ring and this and that, I'd rather my son know how to defend himself, because in life anything could come at you. So rather you find yourself in prison, rather you find yourself in the highest executive offices working for a corporation, there's gonna be people that are gonna want to test you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta always be prepared as a man to defend yourself. And him having sisters and stuff. So I've always wanted him to be just sharp with his hands. And when he gravitated towards boxing and he started having more fun with it, and it's still a learning process, but we still on the road. A lot of people quit boxing that were real sharp, and because I guess they get burnt out. So I've always took my time with them and preserved them. So he's 15, you know, we got 4 more years to win as many nationals as we can, and maybe try to make the Olympic team
for Puerto Rico.
For Puerto Rico or US. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we Puerto Rican, but
American
we
too.
American, bro. You know what I'm saying? We die. We die for what we believe in, and if that anything could happen anywhere. If God got your number and calls you, and we here temporarily, so it could happen in the ring or outside the ring. But as long as you prepare yourself for the worst, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure you can prepare for whatever you can in the ring as well as outside the ring.
Um. So father and son teams. We've been seeing this go on for years. With
Yeah.
Roy Jones, Mosley, whoever you could think of. It's always at some point it's went down the hill. It's got sour for whatever reason. Um, how do you two manage to make it work? Besides just living together and him being dad and you being son, how do y'all really manage to make it work?
I'm gonna keep it a beam. Is really all God, So like what we do, we pick God first in like our relationship, so that we could have a better one, and that's all that we really had like a good chemistry, all because of Jesus Christ. So yeah, it's
Wow.
all God.
Wow. Because, and I don't ever like to bring stuff like this early, but I always talk to people because I've seen father and son teams, you know, they're here 1 minute and the next minute is something, whatever happens. And then now that father is not there anymore. And because somebody got in the son ear and said, yeah, your dad is okay. Your dad is cool. But have your dad ever won a world championship before? What have your dad ever done? And he's cool, but I'm the guy that can take you there. So that's why I always say that, I do want to know about the father and
Well, the
son
thing,
teams and how do y'all
the
make it
thing
work?
is,
So yeah.
you can't buy something that's not for sale. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
like if you trying to buy something, you see, when I raised my son, right? My son. I put into him certain beliefs, certain boxing etiquette. We got a team that we talk together and we make that decision with him.
Yeah.
It's all a
Yeah.
team effort. And aside from boxing, me being his father, my son doesn't have those type of principles where he gonna let money come in between and divide anybody over
Can't buy
here.
loyalty.
You can't buy loyalty and
Yes.
what's in your
Yes.
best
Yes.
interest. And I rather work. I rather just beat whoever they put in front of us and do it the hard way, or however which way we got to do it independently, or however which way it comes, than to try to sell out and you know what I'm saying, and end up paying with a price that you might not be able to cover that in real life, because boxing, man, is a dirty game. You know what I'm saying? And you could get hurt in this. So you need a good team. You need people you could trust. And that takes years of loyalty and just being in each other's corner and doing what's in the best
Yeah.
interest. Money divide a lot of people. It's business at the end of the day. So as long as you taking care of those that are with you and y'all all working together, see, I'm not trying to make it come up off my son. I just want my son to do the best of his ability and take care of his family, like his family when he has a family. That's what a father does. A
Yeah.
father protects, guides, he's the voice of wisdom to his son. That's why, it works for us. And besides that, he's my best friend. I trust him the most. You know what I'm saying? It's my son. Like, if everything I work for in my life is to lead to him, to help him out so he could help his children and his daughter and his sisters out. So it's about, having good, principles, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Yeah.
And if you got good principles and you discipline and you
Yeah.
work hard and you could definitely go far. Because
Yeah.
as long as I see him put in the work, I'm actually gonna do whatever I can and to get him to that next level. But the work's gonna speak for itself, because if he's that good, you know what I'm saying, he gonna be able to work for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's still a
Did you?
development process.
I mean, You know how when a child is born, especially as fathers, when we have sons and we get to hold them and we're looking at them and we're talking to them, and then we watch them say their first words, and then we start watching them walk. Did you ever imagine in a million years that, hey, I'm gonna have a son that's gonna box for sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, God showed it to me, man. You know, God showed it to me in a vision, and you know, sometimes you may see something and you don't know if that's part of your journey, or you choose that path. But
Yeah, yeah,
when you pray about things, like I ain't pray for him to be a fighter, you know what I mean, nothing like that. But when I pray about certain things, and then certain things come to my mind, and I know
yeah.
it's just the Holy Ghost giving me the vision and the understanding of which way to go, because God will always guide you in the right steps as long as you stay, humble, and you know what I mean. And it's hard to be humble nowadays, but boxing will humble you. You know what I'm saying?
Tell about what happened with my
Yeah.
So I got people in our family, like his grandfather, he's still alive, and he's doing life in prison. You know what I'm saying? So um, I've always tried to keep my son away from that street life and go in that direction, especially being from North
Yeah.
Philly. North
Yeah, I
Philly.
was just about to ask that because I
Yeah.
asked him, but I have to ask you because you've been around longer. What
So
was it like for you coming up in North Philly?
Mm.
I mean, coming up in North Philly, man. I mean, like it's pretty much the bottom, bro. Like if you can make it out of North Philly, you can make it anywhere, man. And that's why a lot of these kids box so hard, because like
It's the only way out.
it's pretty much the only way out, unless you gonna hustle, or play ball or some shit, or rap. You know what I mean? But
What
what
do
I'm
you?
saying, just it's boxing in Philly. That's like you can't separate the two. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
No,
part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? That shit is part of our culture. Same way hip hop is part of our culture. It's like it's in us. You know what I'm
but
saying?
do you think that's what makes Philly built different from everybody else? Because it's like, yo,
Yeah,
you got some
I
people who
believe so.
really
Yeah,
want to make it out.
yeah, that's true, because everybody in Philly, we're very competitive, man. You see the fans how they are with the Eagles, and when they lose, or it's like
Yeah,
it's just like, and then being Puerto Rican and from Philly is like a double whammy, because Puerto Ricans, they only gonna give you one shot. They only gonna give you one chance to support you. And if you drop the ball on that, you mess that up. That's it.
yo,
You know what I mean? You done. Like, you know what I mean?
yo,
So
like the ones here in the Bronx, you only got one time to show what you made of, and that's it.
yo, they is
It's
unforgiving.
over.
Por
It's
igual
over.
son bien chacho. Pero
Yo, they love you today. They love you today, and tomorrow they like, man,
yeah.
he's not Puerto Rican. And I'm
He's
like,
like,
what?
nah, he Puerto Rican. He's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, I'm not
so
gonna lie to y'all, but what I love about y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this. When you're for your people, you are for your people.
I love my flag. I love my
we
people.
passionate, man. We're passionate people for
You
sure, man.
passionate.
And we
Hey,
yeah.
I'm telling you,
And we
y'all
love
are real
everybody,
passionate.
man.
Y'all passionate, and y'all always been like that. And I can't, we can't take that away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but yeah, coming up in, you know what? I've been to Philly maybe 3 times in my life, and I think the last time I was there was in 2001, and that was not a pleasant trip. I
Mm.
just happened to be somewhere I had no business being. Let's just say
Philly's rough, man. Like, well, we
it's
from
rough.
Kensington. We from Kensington, so
He from Cousin. I'm from
Cambria.
Ashland, Cambria.
So
What's the difference between the two?
It's 2 different blocks.
it's just two different blocks, but in the same area.
Yeah.
So when I was
Yeah.
coming up, my mom was on drugs and we was homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was in the 80s, we was getting bread, and then 87 came and crack came out, and that changed the whole game. And a lot of people that were in the game fell victim to that, and you know,
Did you
you know
did
that
you did
dope
you
and all
did
that.
you did you did
It's
you
hard to deal
change
with.
your life? did you change what you were doing in the streets before he came or after? When did the change come?
It came when he was born, so you know what I'm saying, that all stopped. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I learned from a lot of people in my family that, and I got a lot of family in Philly, man. I got a big family in Philly, so you know, I had 7 aunts, you know what I mean, and you know, mad uncles, and you know, you know, we've been in Philly a long time, so you know, I've seen the best, the highs and lows
Being out here.
of being out there. But I love Philly, man. You know, Philly's a good place. You just gotta
Adapt to it.
you gotta be away. You gotta stay away from the negativity. That's all. If you stay
Yeah.
away from the negativity, man, you treat everybody with respect. You know, and always be ready for whatever. You know, you gotta stay ready in Philly. You can't lack on nothing out there.
How blessed are you, Ethan? Because I'm sure where you live at, where you go to school at, kids you might have in the gym, a lot of them probably don't have what you have. You know, some of them might have a father but don't know what their father looked like, haven't seen their father. The mothers are lying, talking about your father went to school. We know what that means. So how blessed are you to have your father in your life?
Really blessed, you know. Everything was out for a reason, you know. And God put him in my rights, you know. He had a chance to run away many times, but he chose to stay. So I'm really blessed with that, you know. I'm
Um,
really blessed.
Yeah.
I think he stayed because I could be wrong, but I think he stayed because maybe he made a promise to you or to himself that nobody probably knows about, that he was going to stay and be the
Word.
father that he should be, rather if his father was in his life or not. Because you
Yeah.
know, a lot of times,
That's
you know,
exactly what
somebody
happened.
Yo,
somebody becomes a father and they go, "Well, my
yo,
father was
salute
never
to
here."
all the
So
fathers, bro. Salute to
yeah,
all the
salute.
fathers and all the coaches, man. I just want to say that there's a lot of, man. That's what I love about boxing. We competitive, but there's a lot of great fathers out there, man. A lot of father
Yeah,
and son coaches. I encourage all of them to help their
yeah.
son become, hard workers. But
Because
salute to the
let's just
fathers,
be
man.
honest.
It's not easy when you got to share
No,
custody and you going through
no.
all that. You know what I'm saying? And
It, it, it,
you know how this John is built. You know.
yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to have a son or daughter, but especially a son, and to try to keep him out of harm's way. It's kind of, you know, it's difficult. Rather if you in Philly, Jersey, New York, it's difficult. You know, I have a 16 and 15-year old, and I got to worry about them every time they walk out the door. And they're at that age where it's easy to be in the gang, it's easy to get influenced. So I got to worry about them every time they walk out the door. And I'm like, Lord, I do not want to lose my freedom because somebody don't went and mess with my babies. You know what I
Nah,
mean? But
any
then
father
also,
is God's great child. Any real man, any real father that I know, and the thing is that you got to just keep them in prayer. But it's
yeah,
dangerous out there, man. It's dangerous out there right now. But it takes us as a community talking to the youth. That's why we still in Philly. Like we still in North Philly. We still work with the kids. The
yeah,
rec centers are a big part of the community, and that's important that we still have those rec centers where those kids could be, like King Sesson, Rivera Rec. What's great about Philly and there's so many boxing clubs is because those rec centers are still open and it keeps kids out of the streets. That's why
yeah.
we're coaches, and that's why we're not moving away from the city. No, we stay here where we grew up so we could help the next generation of kids, off the streets in a better way.
You know what? That's what
Tap in the
Ivan told
system.
me. I was talking to Ivan one day about that. I said, Ivan, I'm thinking, and I was joking with him just to see what he was gonna say. I said, Ivan, me and the wife is thinking about moving to Philly, but I need a gym. I need a gym to go to. So Ivan said, I know you didn't just say that to me. You know how many gyms we got in Philly? I got a gym, and you gonna talk about you don't know where the gym to go to?
Oh my
He
God.
said we got
Yo,
gyms
Philly got
all
the
over
most
Philly.
gyms, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, this gym
Yeah,
is all over Philly, bro.
Jimmy, Philly's like the Chinos, man. There's one in every corner, man. It's like
It's like the Poppy store, one in every block.
yo,
yeah, yeah.
we've been to gyms though in DC. you know, Coach Cal.
Maryland.
He used to have that piece.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Cal.
Shout out to Coach Cal, man. He's doing a great job with the youth over there, man.
Yeah.
Man, that man.
But we need that.
I swear he could be the. I always tell him, bro, if you run for mayor, bro, you winning automatically.
Yeah.
Automatically. You call him the mayor. I call him the mayor. The mayor,
But
man,
I
bro,
think
you know.
even with the youth, it's very important because, like I tell people, even with these amateurs that's coming up, we need them. You understand what I'm saying? We need them. We need them because I'd rather see them fighting in the gym than in these streets.
Yeah.
I'd rather see them pick up gloves than to pick up guns.
Yeah.
And that's got to be difficult living in not just Philly, but in the world. But it's got to be difficult to be in Philly, and just to get to the boxing gym, you probably got to go through hell. Because, you know, to cut some of them corners is difficult. It's, you know what I'm saying? You never know what you're walking into going to the gym. You know what I mean?
Well,
you could be trying to get to a gym.
Just like in boxing, you got to always be prepared, man. You always got to be prepared, man.
Yeah, you got to be prepared. But, you know, to have these conversations with the youth, and I love to do it. Like me, I'm planning on doing some charity events. So it's a lot that I want to do that involves the youth. I might have to get involved in some stuff out in Philly too, man. I might have to come out there and get involved. You gotta let me know when you got something going on out there. Now he said he was fighting April 27th. I might have to make it my business to come out there April 27th.
Come on. I'm gonna put up a show.
Ethan, what kind of show is that? What kind of show is that April 27th? Is it a belt show or just a regular show?
It's a belt show. Yeah, it's a belt show.
It's a belt show.
Shout out to Coach Mike, and you know, it's Warfare Boxing. He's throwing it, and you know, he does.
Oh yeah.
And you know, he got the logo with the tiger, and
Yep. I just reached out to them. What was that? Not that long ago, and I know they were doing a show the 21st of April. I was gonna go to that one until Ethan said I'm fighting the 27th, and I'm like, well, I can't go back to back, so I'm just probably gonna have to wait till the 27th because I really want to see him fight.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're fighting a kid out of New York, and you know, it's definitely gonna happen because I'm in communication with it's from coach to coach, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not like a matchmaker in the middle. No, we both, you know, called each other. We both sat down and was like, "Yo, can you make this work?" And you know what I mean.
So you ain't know who I'm fighting.
Yeah, so he don't know.
I don't know who I'm gonna fight, but he.
Yeah, I don't.
So he's fighting the kid from here. He's fighting the kid from New York.
Yeah.
Not in the amateurs. In the amateurs, you fight whoever they put in front of you. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, this ain't the pros. You know, it's just experience, man. You know, it's just for learning and getting him used to fighting in front of people and getting that experience and getting his feet wet. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's I always tell him to do his best though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to win. You know what I mean? We don't like to lose at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't like taking L's, but you know, I look at them as lessons. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And we learn from it, and we keep pushing.
I told him that he has a aggressive. I watched one of his fights about 2-3 days ago, and I told him he has a very aggressive style. He's aggressive.
Because in the amateurs, if you box on he could box on his back foot, but you know, most people, you know, when you want to see a fight, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could box, but you gotta want to make them miss, make them pay. You know what I mean? A lot of people make them miss, but they're not really making them pay like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you got to adjust to every style. You know, so I try to tell them to come forward because you want to push the fight. You want to push the action. You know what I'm saying? And you want to be first and you want to be last in every exchange. And you know, it takes, you know, that's what's dope about boxing because it's a chess match. You know what I'm saying? So. And
when you guys are sitting around and you watching boxing, Ethan, what's some of the fighters that you like to watch that you might look up to besides the one in Philly? What's some of the fighters you like to watch?
Ooh. Like, I'm talking about like right now or like all the time?
Period. It doesn't even matter what era.
Sugar
Doesn't
Ray
matter.
Robinson, Leonard,
Woo!
Agler, Tommy Hearns, Sweet Pea, Floyd.
Oh
What's that?
God.
Empire. I love Empire. Oh my, Empire.
Ethan, you're dangerous. You're dangerous.
He a
You're a
dangerous.
dangerous kid.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Never ask me and you to spar. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, never ask that. It's not happening because everybody that you just named was a problem in their career.
Yeah.
Do you try to take what you see some of them do and might go to the gym and be like, you know what? I'm gonna work on this.
Of course,
See how it
all the
works.
All the time, all the time, all the time.
Because it's nothing wrong with doing it. You know what I mean? If you could do something that'll work for you, there's nothing wrong with doing it. I know some guys who try it, and I'm like, you ain't been watching him enough to do it because you just going in there doing whatever. That shoulder roll and all that don't work.
It worked for me. It worked for me.
Shout out to Grasshopper, right? Coach Grasshopper.
Yeah.
Coach Grasshopper.
Shout out to Coach.
His name is Grasshopper, Dirk Gooden.
Yo, he got the best Philly. He got one of the best shoulder rolls in Philly, bro.
His shoulder roll came from a coach, Muhammad, which was he was part of like Happy Hollow, and that's what Georgie Benton and them were all at too, like in North Philly. And,
Yeah.
You know, everybody know Georgie Benton made the shoulder roll, the Philly shell. You know, we don't call it.
I was about to say the Philly shell.
We don't call it the Mayweather, even though I know
Mayweather.
I know we don't call it the Floyd. You know what I mean? But
I love Floyd though. Love Floyd.
We probably call it the Philly shell, you know, or the shoulder roll. But you know, Georgie Benton made that style up, man. And,
Yeah.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you, Ethan. I would say this live. I'm gonna need you to help me with that with the Philly shell. I'm gonna need you to help me, Ethan, because you know, I'm a little off with it, so I'm gonna need your help.
I got you.
You don't want to turn your head all the way too far back. That's the problem. You don't want.
That's the problem. I did that, yo. I did that one day. I did that in one day in sparring. I did that one day. I don't know why I did it, but by the time before I got to turn around, I saw Jesus, because the dude he popped me. He popped me, and the dude that was training me at the time was like, "That's the dumbest thing you could have ever did." But
yeah,
if you don't know, you don't know. This is the reason why we have to learn these things. Sometimes you try to jump in the sparring before it's your time, and you can't do it because you want to prove you got heart. A lot of guys just jumping because they want to prove they got heart, and then you getting in there with somebody 9 times out of 10, he's not about to play with you. Yeah. So you just gotta be careful on what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's you can get hurt in this sport. And that's what people gotta, realize, man. You know what I mean? No matter how fun the sport is, you can get hurt in it. You really can. So you're fighting April 27th, but the year is still new, and we're only coming into the 4th month. If you guys can, how many more times are y'all trying to fight in 2024 before the year ends?
Well, I mean, we trying to do as many tournaments as we can. So
yeah, a lot of tournaments.
There's only really 4 major tournaments per year. So you have the one in December, which is like the Nationals. You got this one coming up in June,
which is the JOs.
Then you have like
the Golden Gloves.
The Golden Gloves again in like around August, September, and then the big one is in December. So in between that, you want to like take a couple of shows and fights and stay busy. But the shows,
I'm trying to get like 12, like maybe like 10, about 10 fights.
I say about 8 at least, man.
Yeah, at least 8, cause
Would you want to do that? Would you want to do that now per year, or would the number change? Like, let's just say if you did 20 more this year, are you trying to do 20 more next year, or would you drop the number?
I think 20 is an unrealistic number. I think honestly 10 is more like it. 10 between 8 and 10 fights, because we also remember we work in the gym too on a lot of things. So
okay,
we working in the gym, in preparation for the tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, you know, we kind of do that, and then we start bringing up the fights, like taking shows or whatever. So the thing is to stay consistent, but you know, it ain't cheap to go to these shows. So you got to kind of pick and choose, you know, which ones you want to really do, because every time you go out there, you're spending an arm and a leg, and then you come back and reality hits. You know what I mean?
That's another problem right there. Too, that I don't think people realize, just because it's amateur boxing, these guys ain't got to worry about spending no money. But what they fail to realize is that not everybody has sponsors. And a lot of times when it's time to go to the nationals, a lot of parents can't even send their kids off to nationals.
Yeah, the best kids don't always go.
Yeah.
No,
that's how I was. That's how I was. I couldn't go.
You know what? No disrespect to anybody that go to nationals, but don't think just because you see the guys there, those are the best ones. Because sometimes there's ones who really they couldn't go because their parents didn't have the money.
That's so true.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying?
They vicious, man, and they man, I'm trying to tell you, they some talented kids, man. Like Joshua Vance, he hasn't done a lot of nationals. And Joshua Vance, he just won the Golden Gloves. He just won the Golden Gloves, and he's different. He's different, man. That kid right there.
It's difficult when you have to come out your pocket to catch a flight.
Let me answer this question.
Then you got to have hotel money to stay somewhere. You have to have money to eat. That's a lot of money that you coming up with to go to these different places. Like, you know, it's a lot. People think it just happens in professional boxing, but I'm like, you don't know what these amateurs go through. And the sad thing about it is, if they can't go to the nationals, if they can't afford to even fly from Philly to California, that hurts them. Where it's like, I can't do anything because I can't afford to do anything. So, you know, it's always good when, you know, you have somebody in your corner that can sit there and tell you, you know what, Ethan, that's not your job to worry about that. I got that, son. It's just your job to go to the gym, train. I got that. Don't worry about that part. You just make sure you do two things. You go to school and you train. I'll take care of the rest. Everybody can't get that. Everybody can't get that.
That's probably why, you know, it works so well, because I tell them, like, put in the hard work and, you know, we got the rest.
Because you know what, Coach, a lot of kids will get discouraged before the parent will. It's like, whoa, relax. I told you I got this. But how you gonna come up with the money? Don't worry about that. You're doing too much worrying. Relax.
Now, fighter
two things you gotta do is go to school and go to the gym. That's it.
Yeah.
Fighter should worry about fighting. He gotta have other people handle other shit for him, man.
Yeah.
That's why
because you forget.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you forget. We're trying to be great. We're not worrying about stuff that we don't have no control over, and that's the problem. We worry so much about stuff we don't have no control over. We can't worry about that. We only can worry about what we have control over, because what the thing is, you worry about what you have control over, and God will take care of the rest.
Amen.
If
Amen.
You know, it is in boxing, it's all mental. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
if you got a fighter with his mind on something else other than boxing, it's gonna show in his performance. You know what I mean? So you gotta have blinders like those horses in the race. You know what I mean? Like this. And you can't look left. You can't look right. You gotta look at the finish line. And that's just a parable of you know how a boxer should be, his mentality.
And I don't like that. You know why I don't like that? Because it takes away from the other fighter. Because if that fighter's going in with something on his mind, and let's just say you go in there and you blast him, people are not going to give you your credit, because the first thing they're going to say is, well, he didn't look like himself anyway. So I can't give him credit for that win. You know what I'm saying? Ethan goes in there, he blasts a guy, and study us just saying that Ethan was better than him. Well, nah, man, I know that other guy was better than that, man. Ethan's all right, but he ain't that good. There's no way he could have got that guy out of there in the first round. But sometimes people go in there with stuff on their mind, and we just can't take away from somebody's win. We can't do that. If we won, we won.
Boxing for us, that's when we go to boxing, we just having fun, man. We just have fun. He's still a kid. I always tell him have fun in there. You know what I'm saying? And he just has a good time. Like, we don't look at it like it's like almost like, you know, that's his sanctuary, and that's where he has a good time. Like, he goes in there sparring, he does the work in there because he's having fun. it's still serious work, but you know,
Yeah.
he felt great when he's done. He be loving it, man.
Ethan looked like the type that be up late night when he supposed to be sleep watching boxing. You be doing that, Ethan?
Nah.
Yeah. I can look at him and tell you like the
I
type
watch
that do it.
boxing film. I stay up and train. Yo, last night I fell asleep at 3:00 because we came back from NYC. You're from sparring like FD Guns and this kid, right? We come back at like 3:00. It was like 8. No, it was how much? A 4 and 2. It was a 6
Oh, I
hour
seen the
drive.
picture. Y'all took a picture, right? Y'all took a picture, right? I seen the picture. I said, oh man, because when you hit me, if y'all would have told me earlier, I would have been able to get out there. But by the time you told me, I was like, yo, I can't even get there. But somebody DM'd me. It was like, yo, that kid Ethan, and the one you supposed to be interviewing, he's in the gym right now. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Oh, that's crazy.
I
That's
know
crazy.
He come
like
back,
he told
like
me
1 o'clock in the morning. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
And I gotta wake up at school.
This boy wanna be shadow boxing and like trying to. I'm like, yo, man, you gotta go to sleep. You got school in the morning, so he's always trying to like. I don't know.
Is he like that all the time? Where it's just like he's just always energized.
Yeah, you gotta, you know what it is, man. He's put that you gotta have like almost like obsession with this shit, man. We obsessed with boxing, man. It's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean. You gotta be obsessed with this. This is all you gotta want to do, bro. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, bro. It can't be, you know, especially if you trying to do this shit serious. Like if you just doing it just to do it as to lose weight or defensive classes. You know, that's all. But you know, I always tell him you gotta be all in this shit. You gotta be all in.
Well, you know, I see a lot of grown men. I see a lot of grown men my age and younger who will come in and go, I want to do this, thinking they can really do it. But then you get in there with one of these young bulls that be 15, 16 and that young bull make you change your mind. Like, nah.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to do it.
It's different when they grew up in the gym, you know.
Yeah,
they grew up in the gym like Boots, man. Boots, bro. Man, to me, Boots is the most skilled fighter, man, of our era, man. And man, I pray to God that him and Crawford can make that fight because that'll be the greatest skill fight of our generation.
Who you got?
Skill for skill, that'll be the best skill fight out there. Crawford.
You know what? I would say that. I mean, I would say that, but as we can see, the writing is on the wall with that. Like, you know, Crawford's just like, no. And let me tell you the thing that upsets me when it comes to the Boost situation, and this irks me. I'm tired of these hating people that want to keep saying it's not his time. What has he done? I'm like, come on, you got to give Boots his credit, man. Y'all doing too much. Y'all got to give Boots his credit.
32 fights, 29 knockouts.
This is what I'm saying. Like, does he have to have 50 fights to prove his point? Like, come on, man. Like, what y'all want him to do? I don't get it. This is what I'm trying to say.
He trying to chase money, right? So I believe that him making that Boots fight, you know what I'm saying? If it's like anything else, if that doesn't get made, if you got a number one, right? You got a number one guy. Yeah. And then you got a number two guy. You know, Boots is number two. What better welterweight is there at 147 than Boots? You know what I'm saying? Who else deserves an opportunity?
You know what? I'm gonna be realistic about it because I see that it's not gonna happen with him and Crawford. So I'm just ready for Boots to go ahead. Standing on this, Mario Barrios, go beat them down. They go to 54. That's what I want to see Boots do.
Yeah, I think that Boots and Crawford are ending at like 154.
Yeah, just beat them down and go to 154.
Well, you know,
but it's sad to see. It's sad to see with him and his father. When I see his father do interviews and I hear him saying we did this and we did that, and I'm like, how much more these guys got to do? It's crazy. How much more they got to do? Like, you know, man, I hope Boots, he deserves it, man. And they got to stop trying to hide from him. That's what they're doing. They hide. Stop hiding.
I think it's all about, I don't think it's about anybody being scared. I think it's about business, you know, money. And if you know, like you got if you got people like Ngannou, right? You know what I'm saying? Which is, I know he a heavyweight, and that's where the money's at. But you know, Benavidez versus Canelo, that's another big money fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, Boots versus Crawford, that's another super fight. You know, Devin Haney versus Shakur, or Devin Haney versus Tank. You know what I'm saying? Like all these super fights are there, and they're gonna happen. It's just a matter of time, and it's a matter of business. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody trying to get a bag. You know, at that stage in their life, they put in a lot of hard work, and they want to get paid before they get out. So honestly, business. I think it's more about business than anything. You know what I'm saying?
I think we're living in a time, and I want y'all to correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, it's okay. I think we're living in a time where it's money over legacy.
You see, you said it right there, my brother. And you gotta chase legacy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta chase. You know, everybody want to make money, but if you want to be like the greats before them, you gotta chase legacy. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't even think people care about being a Hall of Famer anymore like that. It's like, look, man, I want to make the quickest bag I can, and that's it. But do you think people do that because they start thinking about, all right, you know, when boxing's over, it's not like I'll be able to go to my mailbox and get any checks. You know what I'm saying? Like once it's over and I don't have nothing saved, if I didn't invest in nothing, it's over. And I spend so much time taking care of people. It's not like I can go back to them same people I took care of and they're gonna give me something. So I think people are trying to get as much money as they can.
Yeah, it's true. And right now, everybody want to be a businessman in boxing now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody talks like, oh, this will sell and that will sell. Man, you could put any two fighters in the ring, man, and you know people gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Especially if you got a name, and you got people like, you know, Al Heyman, which been, you know what I'm saying, helping the fighters for a long time now. I've heard good things about Al. I've heard good things about, you know, about other people too. So, you know, those, when you have investors behind you, a lot of times it's the managers and the investors that they don't want to put their top dog against this top dog because, you know, they trying to hold on to the belt, or they want to make as much money as they want, but that shit get in the way sometimes, you know. And if a fighter want to fight, they gonna make it happen, just like they did Earl with Spence. I mean, Earl Spence with Crawford. They made it happen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean,
when Manny Pacquiao fought Mayweather, that shit was past his prime. So
you
gotta fight in your prime.
Yeah. And that's all I'm saying. I'm never trying to call anybody a duck, but sometimes you have to call it what it is. But then I'm like, okay, if we gonna fight, let's make it happen now, because in 5 years, 6 years from now, people are gonna pay to watch this. But how many people are gonna be interested if 5, 6 years from now we see Tank and Devin?
Yeah, and the thing is, man, that you know, and boxing is a short window, right? So then another 10 years pass, and then more great fighters come. You gotta capture the moment and fight at the pinnacle of the height of your career now. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait till later, because later will come and go, and then you won't even be able to compete against another fighter because you slow down a lot. So Crawford, he's saying, by Crawford saying, oh, you know, money is just a name and this and that. No, like what he brings to the table, I guarantee you, if they put at the purse bid, a person like Al Heyman and Turki Al-Haish with the Saudi Arabia king and all that.
Yeah,
I believe that Al Heyman and the Saudi Arabia king and you know, the Zone 2, Eddie Hearn and all these big guys, you know what I'm saying? De La Hoya and all these guys, and Frank Warren and these guys, they in the business of boxing, and you know, to make great fights. And it's up to us, the fighters and the people, to push that fight. The people gotta call for the fight. You know what I mean?
I just told somebody not that long ago. I said, you know, despite what's going on in boxing, if we're not careful, a year or two from now, nobody's really going to be interested in boxing like that. It'll still be here, but nobody will be interested in it like that. And we have to keep the sport alive, because now when it's time for Ethan in the next 4 to 5 years, now we're waiting on We're waiting on him to come. You know what I'm saying? And we have to keep this thing going because, like you said, boxing is almost like school. You get to a certain point, you graduate, you move on, and then here comes the next class.
Yeah.
And my thing is, you know what I'm saying? So we have to keep the sport. We got to keep it alive. We got to keep it going, man. It's bad enough for the 2028 Olympics. There's no boxing. I'm hurt by that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we doing? We gotta keep it alive, man. You know what I mean? But that's why I focus so much on amateur boxing versus I do pro, because sometimes pro boxing, I love it, but I'm not gonna lie, it irritates me just a little bit. It irritates me. And I just can't. It's a lot of politics, but when I see a lot of people like Canelo say, I won't fight Benavidez because
he's Mexican.
You know, he's Mexican and I'm Mexican, but then you turn around and say, I'll fight him. But then I turn around and see you fighting this guy, Jamie McGee, or me. I'm like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
I mean,
I believe Benavidez is the same. It's funny because it's almost like the same scenario you got at 147 happening at 168. You know what I'm saying? Like with Benavidez and Canelo. Same way with Boots and Crawford, you know, in 47. So if these champions ain't gonna give those people that are number 2, there's a ranking system for a reason. Number 1 fights number 2, mandatory. That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm a trainer, I don't like to play the duck game, but I wouldn't say it's a duck because certain fights are risky. But I don't know if I would want my guy in there with Benavidez. I don't know. Personally, I don't know.
Yeah, Benavidez, he a monster, bro. 6'2".
Listen, after what he did to Boo Boo Andre, when you can make a man quit when he's sitting down, that says a lot.
And Boo Boo could box. Boo Boo could fight.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to fight with Boo Boo until Benavidez came along. Nobody wanted to fight.
And when I saw that, you know what? When I saw that fight, the first thing I said is, okay, well, nobody's really gonna fight him now. After him doing this to Boo Boo, nobody's really good too.
We say
I mean, it's a lot of great fights out there that could be made. But Ethan, you fight at what weight now?
145.
How does that feel fighting at 145? How do you feel? And how long have you been fighting at that weight?
I've been fighting since like last year, since I won the Golden Gloves. I walk around like 150 to 154 around there, and so I cut like 9 pounds, 8 pounds, you know. So it's like perfect, you know. I'm not cutting too much weight, but I'm not, you know, I'm not dehydrated. I'm nice and strong, you know. I feel good at 145.
So I want to ask you and Manny, what do you feel about fighters killing themselves to make the weight, knowing that they can't make it anymore, but they're killing themselves to make the weight just to prove a point versus them just going up in the next weight? How do y'all feel about that?
It's gonna do damage inside the long run, you know. It's gonna do damage in the long run.
It's dangerous too because a lot of times, like for a lot of people want the size and the height and the reach advantage, right? So we believe skills pay the bills. That's why a lot of times I let them box taller fighters, and shorter fighters, whatever kind of fighters. But the thing is that if you're depleting your body of water and the organs, you know, for a kid to be doing that at a young age, that's not good, man.
Yeah.
I don't agree with cutting weight with kids, man. Let them fight at whatever weight they walk around. But you know, sometimes you get into this these people want to win so bad and have an advantage on anything that they do whatever they can to have that advantage. So I think if you had a hydration clause or, you know, in the pros or whatever, but that's, you know, that's the, you know, I don't know. Who am I? I don't know everything, man. So who am I to, I don't know why it's like that. I know a lot of kids do it in the amateurs, but I think in the long run, when you get into a pro, it's gonna take a lot longer for your body to recover from injuries when you deplete the body of certain things like water and nutrients. And I let Ethan just eat healthy, and fight him within a reasonable weight where he's not depleting himself too much, because you growing up, that really shocks the organs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keith Thurman, for instance, he's got that injury that keeps coming back. I feel like
he keeps hearing this.
Yeah, so that shows me a sign that he probably got a lot of wear and tear in his body. You know what I'm saying? Because after Danny Garcia broke his arm, he ain't never been the same. He said Danny hit him in his arm. That shit felt like a brick, and ain't never been the same after that.
Hey, Danny, I remember being in the Barclays Center watching Danny versus Paulie Maldonado. That was my first time getting to see Danny fight, and I was like, I heard his punches, and I'm sitting in the nosebleed seats. I was like, that's crazy. I can hear his punches from all the way up there. That's ridiculous. Danny hits hard.
Danny was the monster, man. At 140, he was, man.
But I'm not gonna lie,
undisputed.
I'm not gonna lie. I was mad at Danny when he fought Zab Judah. I was mad at Danny. I'm not gonna lie. I was mad at him.
Zab's one of our favorite fighters, man.
I love Zab.
Yo, we love Zab.
I got watched that fight again.
Yo, watching Zab and Danny's father go at it was the funniest thing I've ever saw in boxing.
Oh man,
yo, they was going at it. Yo, how old was that?
Ethan was young, man.
Yeah, I was like 5. I was 5.
6, 7 years old. Yeah.
When that fight happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that energy for that fight, the weigh-in.
That was a great fight. That was a great fight, man. That was a great fight. It made the fight that much better. You know what I'm saying? And I think to be honest with you, even though I know they took it, however they took it and however it was, the beef or whatever you want to call it. The problem that Zab took it as disrespect because his father was like, your best days are past you and shit, and that brought something out of Zab. You know what I mean? That shit brought something out of him that night. And that was a great fight, man. That shit went all the way. It was entertaining. I love that fight.
Angel Garcia could talk. Angel could talk.
I like fight, bro.
Yo, the best part about him is like he's so nice in person, bro. But yeah, I love Angel. I love the energy. They're nice, humble. They give out good advice and everything. I like
a lot of people, man.
When Danny came up here to fight Jose Benavidez, I got to talk with Angel. Man, that dude is a good dude, man.
He's a good guy. He's a good kind guy.
That dude sat there.
He could sell a fight though.
Yeah, he could sell a fight.
He could sell a fight though, but in person, he's nice.
That's why I miss seeing him. Yo, when y'all see Angel, tell Angel I said he got to get Danny back in the game. I miss seeing him I miss seeing Angel, man.
Yo, I'm telling you, they help a lot of people in Philly, man. They helped a lot of people in Philly.
I heard that.
A lot of people in Philly, man.
I heard Danny got that. I heard he got that barbershop out there too. I heard he got that barbershop out there. I got to come get my joint.
Yo, bro, his gym and his barbershop is like connected. Like his gym is in the back of his barbershop.
Wow, but see, I like that because he took his money and he invested. Remember, we were just talking about that. He has something to show what he did with his money. A lot of guys don't do that. You look at them and you go, "Where's all that money you made?"
Yeah, where's all that money you made? Invested, man.
Look at that farmer.
Yeah, you gotta put your money to work for you, man. Not just spend it on cars and shit.
No, you can't spend it on cars. You can't be trying to go back to your hood and now you buying 100 Henny bottles for everybody.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what you do with your money. You buy real estate. That's it. You just buy.
Danny does that too, Danny. Don't Danny got that? Yeah. Danny does that. Danny in the real estate, right?
Own like 20 Dunkin' Donuts.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I think Danny and J. Rock Williams. J. Rock Williams got something going on, right? Where he does that. I think he's in the real estate too. So yeah.
J. Rock.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know them personally, but I know that they invested in a lot of things in the community. So that's a good thing, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you could make some money in boxing, invest that shit in real estate, and you know you got money coming in every month, because you know a stock market, that shit could crumble right in front of your computer screen and you can't do shit about it. But your house, you can always walk right to it and touch it. It's tangible. You see where your money's at. You know what I mean? So,
but Ethan, when you see
I
somebody,
say buy the neighborhoods black, back.
Yeah, when you see somebody like Danny Garcia or other fighters that you know they're doing good with their money, does that give you an idea like what you want to do? Like, you know what? I got to do the same thing. Do the same thing that they did, but I'm going to invest my money into something.
Yeah, black.
So like the reason, again, I really look up to Danny, Angel. I look up to them since I was like a kid, and now since they're buying, investing their money into properties, houses, I'm gonna do the same thing,
We gotta keep our neighborhoods black. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep them 100% black community, Puerto Rican culture. We gotta keep we gotta take pride in our own neighborhoods, keep our own culture, and keep, if we invest in all these other labels and all this shit, it ain't no reason why, our community, could invest in each other, invest in our own neighborhoods, invest in our own, our own businesses, and really help each other, man. By investing in each other, and that's it, man. You know what I mean?
I always say that.
I seen this shirt. It says buy black. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people might take that the wrong way, but I understand that there's a lot of people in our community that also got money that could help, instead of it being gentrified and then being moved away. We could invest in our own neighborhoods, man, and keep the community the way we have it.
Not only that, this is so important to me. This is the most important thing to me when it comes to the community. We have to make sure that we keep these YMCAs and Boys and Girls Clubs. We have to keep that. That's important to me. I stress that the most, that when I see a Boys and Girls Club closing down, I feel some kind of way about that.
Yeah, the city.
You understand? You'll never see a liquor store. You never see a liquor store close, but you'll see a YMCA or a boxing gym close. That disturbs me. I don't like it.
But look, you gotta look at like Hawaii, right? It got gentrified, and now those people can't even afford to live in their own island.
That's
and Puerto Rico too. You know what I'm saying? Jamaica too. Like, that's why I said we gotta keep our neighborhood and our communities. We gotta take pride in our own communities, because back in the day we was all broken, poor, and coming up through the struggle, but we all kept our neighborhoods, clean. We demanded a certain respect from the block. You know what I'm saying? So you had to respect the block, or the block is going to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? So we just need more fathers and community leaders to keep that, in all the neighborhoods, Harlem, Chicago,
exactly.
Every neighborhood, got their leaders.
And I think that this is the great thing about social media. This is the great thing about boxing. This is why I say I owe boxing my life, because it allowed me to meet some of the most dopest people in the world, but also for us to come together and do what they don't want us to do, which is right. They don't want us to come together. They don't want that. They don't want to see blacks and Latinos come together. They don't want that. Yeah. They don't want that. They don't want to see us come together. They know once we come together
for a long time. We've been together a long time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and we started this hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? So, and the big corporations took it from us, but we could bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, we definitely gonna do that. We got work to do, and like I said, I definitely want to get involved in charity work and everything, not just in New York, but like I'm planning on going to Connecticut for some fights. I'm moving around doing different things on the East Coast as far as what I do. So I'm not just in New York. I'm moving around. But if I'm in Philly and there's something I can do that y'all involved in, man, you just gotta I'm one phone call away, man. You just gotta call. Philly's like down the street from us. So you know what I'm saying? It's not
It's like New York six borough. It's like the six borough.
exactly, and especially in New York, we love Philly and New York. We love it. Like all my homies,
The feeling's mutual, man. I go there, I feel
just
like a second home.
yeah, we're like we going to Philly just for some cheesesteaks. I'm like, I'm not going to Philly just for cheesesteaks. Like I gotta drive around. Like I'm not going just for, and I'm coming for cheesesteaks. I'm not gonna lie though, but
You gotta come for
I gotta.
Cheesesteaks are the shit.
You gotta come for cheesesteaks.
What's the best Philly cheesesteaks to get when I'm in Philly though? That's what I need to know.
I'm gonna tell you the best cheesesteaks. There's a couple spots, but if you go to any pizzeria in the hood and you order cheesesteak, you're gonna get a good cheesesteak spot 9 out of 10 times.
Any poppy store.
Or any poppy store, but you know, Stelio's Pizzeria, which is it's like in like on the Kensington and it's under the L. It's like front and it's like front and Venango, and that's a good spot. And another place is Angelo's Pizza on Frankfurt Avenue, and that's in the Kensington section too. So that's where we from. You know what I mean?
So when you know they always like to tell you what's healthy and what's not healthy. When it comes to eating, Ethan, do you find yourself struggling to try to stay away from the food that you know that's not healthy for you? You still being young, do you have?
I'm like very disciplined. I don't know, like I'm talking like in general. Like I don't eat unhealthy. Like I always eat healthy. You know, like I do slip up. You know, I would take a slice of pizza. You know, like go to the store and get like a steak.
You never had McDonald's, bro.
But I never had McDonald's.
You never had McDonald's. You don't really.
Yeah,
wow.
Like, I'm healthy. Like that's all I do is eat healthy.
House food.
It's a lifestyle. You know. I gotta keep it like that.
So when you're sitting around your friends and they pull out a burger and they at McDonald's, they probably looking at them a certain way. And they probably looking at you like, "What's wrong with you? You want some fries?" I don't eat McDonald's. They probably look at you like, "What?"
Yeah.
I never had McDonald's.
And you know what?
I showed him a video. One time on YouTube, right, of how they made nuggets. Man, boy, he never want to eat them jaws again. He was like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't pop. That's how they make that food. Nah, I don't want none of that. So,
yeah, you know what? I'm trying to change how I eat, and it's not easy when you're used to something, but I definitely have to change how I eat because you don't know what they're doing to these foods out here, you know? So we just got to be careful.
That's what I was saying. Like, if you know the buying power of our community, right? If the more we're aware and we put our money in the right places, they won't give us those options for those shitty foods, you know.
No, like I had a friend of mine who he opened up a restaurant in Brooklyn, and it's one of the like a Spanish restaurant that he opened up in Brooklyn. I said that's the worst thing you could have did because I'm gonna be there every week now. Every week. I love some of that food. So this is why I say I don't eat the way I'm supposed to, but I can't help it. But you have to take back to your community. You gotta take it back.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what he did. They wouldn't give it to him at first. They wasn't trying to give it to him. They were giving him hell, and he said, "Look, they're gonna let me in regardless. I'm getting it." And he fought for it, and he got it, and I'm proud of him. And that's what we have to do. We can't ask for nothing no more like that. We have to fight for what we want. I lost them. Oh, they'll be back, y'all. I'm sorry. They phone dropped. They'll be back, y'all. Everybody, don't be nervous. They'll be back. I seen when they phone dropped. They'll be back. Just relax. Oh, come on, y'all. Don't drop off. Don't drop off, y'all. They'll be back. They'll be back. Give them a second. They probably got to go back in and get the link again. They'll be back, y'all. Don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip. Okay, that was like I said, if y'all just coming up, that was amateur boxing star Ethan Badlandzz and his father Manny. Two great brothers, man. I joined them up here. I might have to send them the link back. Well, I don't have to send them the link back. They already in. I ain't got to do it. There they go right there.
Yo, what's up?
Okay.
Yo, my dad's
fault.
yo, but my dad signed
my
that.
fault, man.
Hey, no, it's all good. That's why I told people when I seen it when it drops, and when it happened, I was like, I said, don't worry, y'all. They'll be back.
Yo, that was my pops trying to mess up with the John. You know?
Not to get too political now, man. It's just when I was coming up in the 80s and 70s and all that, like, it was a different vibe, and people, there was general love in the air, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
there's been too much negativity now. So,
That's the world.
boxing is part of that driving force for the community, taking pride in our own neighborhoods, and holding each other accountable when and each other's children, and looking out for them, looking out for each other, man. That's all.
You know what? Being a content creator for me, and just me covering boxing, it got to open up so many different doors, and it made me realize that it's more to life than what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? When I was able to travel, I remember the first time I went to my first Hall of Fame. It was during COVID. I went down to Clearwater, where Keith Thurman and them is at, and I got to meet Nate Campbell. I got to meet Riddick Bowe, Antonio Tarver. I got to meet so many people, and that was just off the strength of me being involved in boxing. And here it is. I started a podcast, and 5 months later, I'm sitting around Hall of Famers.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yo, that's God right there.
That's God, bro, right there, man.
That tripped me out because I'm just a regular kid from the city, and I'm like, I'm not expecting to. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting an invite to come to a Hall of Fame, and
God
I'm like,
is good, man. God is good.
Then I didn't only get it once; I got it the following year, and then here it is. Me and my wife, we're driving around from Jacksonville, Florida, with Nate Campbell.
I love that, man.
That's congrats. Yeah, that's
crazy.
Congrats,
That's
yo.
crazy.
He's taking us around Florida, and I'm sitting in the back of his car, like
Like
my wife was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "We in the car with Nate Campbell." She was like,
yeah, he can't believe this shit.
I was like, "Why do you keep telling me that?" I know. Well, you don't know. This is Nate Campbell. Like,
Like, do you understand? Like, yeah.
And then we're sitting and we're having dinner, and it's me, Nate Campbell, my wife, and Riddick Bowe. We're sitting down eating dinner. I mean, God works He works in mysterious ways, and I tell people, you have to believe. You just got to believe. But before you can get other people to believe, you have to believe. Even if nobody believes in you, you got to believe. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of people that's not going to believe in Ethan. But if Ethan believes in himself, who cares what people think?
Yeah, real right. You gotta believe in yourself first.
You gotta believe in yourself. I tell people that you gotta believe in yourself first, because a lot of people get discouraged and walk away from things because they feel like they don't have the support and nobody believes in them. Well, nobody talk about me. Nobody's coming to my fights. Nobody's interviewing me. Nobody cares about me. But that's the reason why I came up with this whole podcast to show, not just pro fighters, but amateurs, like, listen, they don't care about y'all until when they hear y'all get signed by PBC or Top Rank. That's when they want to act like they know who you are.
Yeah,
but when you get somebody in the beginning, when they had 8 fights, 10 fights, 15, it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful.
A lot of times people don't want to work with you because they see that your father's in there. They be like, oh, like, he got his dad there. So, sometimes it's difficult. That's why it's got to be about chemistry. You know what I'm saying? It's about the chemistry. You know what I mean?
I want to tell you guys, you guys, from what I've seen, are probably the best father and son team I've seen, and I pray that it continues to go on, and I pray that as time go on, we all get to know each other. Because once you get to know me, I become family automatically. I'm the same. I'm like, when you see me in person,
for chemistry, man, the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck with it. Like, I'll be honest with you. It's either you gonna fuck with us or you ain't gonna like us. You know what I mean? It's never that happy medium. Not you, but I'm talking about boxing. Yeah. Like in boxing, you either gonna like us or you just ain't gonna wanna fuck with us, because when we get in there, you know, I ain't trying to let nobody get the best of my son. You know what I mean? So I always tell him,
yeah, guys,
you know,
just give me 1 second. Hold on, stay right there.
Of course. Oh. You're short enough to light?
Yeah. You know what? You should turn on one of those lights. This shit bright as hell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. My queen walked in, so I had to let her in. But getting to know me, I become just like family, and then I'm the type that every time I might call you, it's not even about boxing. I might just call you just to say how you doing, because sometimes when you check to see how people are doing, it might make their day a little better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these content, huh? No, it was open a little bit. So you know, sometimes these content creators will call you, and you don't know if they calling to see how you doing or if they just calling to try to get an interview. You just never know, because you know everybody's gonna do what they gotta do to try to make their channel good. But me, I'm the type of guy, I just like to call just to say, yo, Ethan, how's it going? Manny, how's it going? How's the family? How's school? How's this? How's that? And that's it. And that's what it's all about. You got to build relationships too, and you have to build trust. And then, you know, in this world, especially in the sport of boxing, it's hard to trust people. It's hard. Yeah. It's hard, so because you know people just using you to get interviews, to get their views up. You got these janky promoters that walk around here and telling you that they can make, you know, they can do this for you and do that for you. So being that you got your father the way you do it, it's a beautiful thing, because I'm sure he's gonna guard you with his life. And nothing can happen to you that don't happen to him first. So you know,
yeah, that's true.
It's a beautiful thing that they're going. But listen, guys, I'm not gonna hold y'all too long, man, because I got to get ready to, you know, get myself situated. Yeah. I just want to tell you.
Yeah, I appreciate the interview, man, and you reaching out to us, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I've been seeing Ethan for a while, and I just never got the opportunity. And I remember telling somebody in my gym, I got to get to this kid, right? If I got to go to where he's from, or I'm gonna get him to come up. Yeah, because I'm coming to Philly anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But I'm glad I got this opportunity.
You got our number, man. Anytime you in the city, man, hit us up, and you know what I mean.
Oh man, listen, I'm gonna send you my number. I thought I did already, but I don't think I did. I'm gonna send you my number in the DM for both of you guys to have, so we can just call. I
want to say one thing. Shout out to Teflon Promotions, Dom. You know what I'm saying? They have a show coming up. Hank Lundy and all them is a real good stat card on the 27th of April also. Same day he fight. So that's gonna be at the Leo Core Center, Coliseum. Call Dom or hit up Teflon Boxing for those tickets, man. It's a real stat card, and you know, we appreciate everybody out there in Philly and in Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn because we was out there yesterday. Shout out to the whole city of NY, and hopefully one day you see us in the Barclays Center. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna see you guys a lot because, like I said, the year is still young. You know what I mean? It's like we're not at the end of the year, so we have a lot to go before this year ends. So I'm sure I'm probably gonna get to see him fight more than one time, unless he go out of town. But if he's ever in the Philly or New York or New Jersey area, it's gonna be easy to get to see him fight. That's not gonna be.
Yeah. Any show 45 hit us up. You know what I'm saying? DM us.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'll definitely do that. But Ethan, before I let you go, man, tell everybody who's watching, in case they don't know, where they can find you.
So go on IG, Ethan Badlandzz, ETHANBADLANDZZ, just like that. One word. But yeah, bro, I'm the next Philly weekend, you know.
Oh yeah. Listen, we're gonna need to see somebody after Xander Zayas leave. We need the next one up.
That's me, baby. That's me.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. God bless y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all.
God bless you, man. Stay safe.
Peace.
Peace out.